Blog Talk Radio.
How do you need me to love you, to prove that The way you spin, the way you drop, the way you dance. Let's skate, rock and roll. Skate, rock and roll. Together.
walked in, looking super fresh, got a speech for the kin, telling us how we used to love, looking beautiful with some elbow gloves and a ball and dress. Yes, everybody looking fresh. Yes, and we dressed to impress. Shine diamond like a necklace. Yes, both tied with a tight vest. We survived one more, huh? Let the champagne pour. Some high heels got her feet feeling sore. Now she barefoot on the floor. Bro, I'm about to take you on tour. Are you really ready for the hardcore? We ain't breaking them new laws. We're here to celebrate. Keep being great. Happy New Year's. Big hugs, kisses, and some new tears. Pop a champagne, get a new beer. Everyone you know, get it over here. Pull the radio for this new track. We all just got to take it way back. Like I see, New Year resolution. The first kiss of the New Year, this is what we doing. Come on. When you're feeling down on your luck, make sure you got a leaping buck. Let me see you do that two-step. Grandpa, it's the ball drop, cause he slept. If they had too much eggnog, he made one more, let's thank God. This when you eat on your iPod. I listen to that Mr. Stout new joint. Looking like I'm hot new ride. A few shots on the outside. On the south side, let's ride, but let's be safe. We got the designated driver face. Get into the all day fears. One time for the baby New Year. Come on!
Do you really wanna take things there? You're way over there. You should be sitting right here. Yeah, looking like you wanna taste this potion. Let me whisper something in your ear. Ooh, I see lust in your eyes. Feel like one of them guys. I know you're tired. I can see right through your mind, baby. What you wanna do? It's on you what the outcome gon' be. It's a thin line. I can make you fall in love, or I can make you hate me. I can be your baby. I'm a little cray. Can you handle every side of me? I can be your fantasy, as long as you don't push that button. You won't push that button. I can be your baby, but I'm a little cray. Can you handle every side of me? I can be your fantasy, as long as you don't push that button. Wishing that you would push that button. I could be your best friend. I could be your rider. I could be your diamond. I'm the one that's gon' ride on you. I'll freaking knock you down like a backwood. They play the club rock, but they really have fun. You can let it go, I say Gina, but my flow game real stronger, Sheena.
You ain't never met a nigga like me. You got a wild side girl that excite me. Control the move, push your buttons, girl, you feisty. Temperature check, I got you where it's perfect timing. I ain't got no room for complications. I'm a shark swimming with fishes, no relations. I like your vibe, I wanna see if we can take it. Stare through the past, I'm the future, let's replace it. We talking big bags, fucking Gucci and Chanel, you can get that. Taking flights overseas, under palm trees. Different levels when you fuck with a big man. We crush your line, now we coasting. I'm the wave, I let you be the ocean. And it's always slow motion when you back that up. Call me Big Daddy when you back that up.
I can be your baby. Can you handle every side of me? I can be your fantasy, as long as you don't push that button. your best friend.
This is your boy, Bad Boy Billy Sly. Whether I'm just chilling in the studio or kissing a leading lady or out on the street promoting our new CD, Kenny G Wall of Bass, no matter how you play it, I'm down with Patricia and Mr. Stout on the Move. Unscripted, baby.
What's going on? You have tuned into another episode, actually the last episode of 2022. Wow. But anyway, another episode of On the Move, Unscripted with Patricia M. Goins.
Mr. Stout, what it do?
What's going on? What's going on? We have made it through another
One more.
year. Yeah. 2022. Did it seem like 2022 went fast?
It did. It really did. It seemed like it went pretty quick, and now we're at the last week of the month, right?
The last
week of the year.
The last week of the year. We're actually going to a New Year's party, so that's going to be fun.
I can't wait for that.
It's going to be a lot of fun. So, what you got a New Year's resolution? Like, what's your thing?
It's maybe I'll start working out like everybody else do for a month.
Is that like the number? Like, there's a couple of them. Just everybody has workout. Stop eating certain stuff, stop smoking, stop, you know. Everybody has the same one. Yeah,
workout is probably like the number one for the month. After February, March gets there, and you're like, okay.
So, for those people who live in Columbus, Ohio, right? Mm-hmm. Eastland Mall. Yeah. You're not familiar because you're not from Columbus, but, I am a native of Columbus, Ohio, even though I've lived in Chicago and Atlanta. But Eastland Mall, there was two major malls in Columbus. There was Eastland Mall and Northland Mall. Those were the big malls in Columbus before, they opened Eastern, right?
Right.
And it used to be the city center downtown. But Eastland Mall and Northland Mall were the malls. Mm-hmm. When they built the city center mall downtown, people started going there and started kind of like not going to Northland Mall and Eastland Mall. And I think Northland Mall was the first one to close, right? Then they built Eastern, out there off of Morris Road.
Okay.
And when they built that, people, and they closed the one downtown, everybody was going there. So that hurt, Eastland Mall.
Yeah.
So I guess they started letting it kind of like go down a little bit.
Wow.
But then someone got it, and a lot of African Americans started, opening up businesses there.
Yeah. And
I was really hoping that it was going to be like the black mall for, Columbus.
Right.
Unfortunately, Ray and them.
So it's down.
Started coming over there. They started having little shootouts and this, that, and the other. And things started just going downhill. And so I went there this past, during the Christmas shopping season to actually support some of the black businesses, and found out that it was closing on, I think it's December 30th or 31st, like this month, right? And I was really disappointed, when I walked in there. It was almost like a ghost town, you know what I'm saying? However, I ran into a gentleman and his son, right?
Okay.
And they actually caught me as I was walking out of the mall. The father, I believe, walked up to me first, was like, hey, we were talking about the mall. I was like, it's closing.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, and I saw his sons, and then he handed me a card. And I was like, oh, okay, and I saw his sons, and they had books. I was like, well, let me see your books. And so they showed me their books. I don't want to mess up his name, oh my gosh, because he has a very creative name. It's
Theophilus
Kamara. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And then he had his two sons. So anyway, they had books. He had Goodbye Columbus, which he has a story behind that. And then his sons had a book, right? And so I do believe that we have him on the line.
Okay.
So let me pull him on.
All right. So I think we got Theophilus Kamara with us right now, and we're gonna chop it up with him.
Hey, are you on the line?
Yes, we're on the line. Good evening.
Please say your name so that we can get it in our ear, please.
Theophilus Kamara.
Yeah.
Theophilus Kamara.
So we got it right.
Right. Are your sons on the line too?
Yep, we are.
That's what's going on. I that was so, like, wow to see a father with his sons out there, like, showing them how to market their book, how to promote their book and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just thought that was awesome and amazing. So, you know, I like to take all of our listeners down the Yellow Brick Road. You know, I do. Kind of like, you know, Wizard of Oz type thing, so that you can kind of tell us, you know, your story, like what made you start, where did you start writing at, when did your sons get involved, how do they like it, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to give you the floor, and you and your sons can just take it over and just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
My name is Theophilus Kamara. I started writing back in 2006 when a friend of mine, I was in Los Angeles at the time, and we were just hanging out, and a friend of mine told me, I told him, I said, one day I've been through so much in my life, one day I'll write a book about my life. And he started laughing. And I know he's a comedian, he likes to laugh, and I didn't really take it serious until he went upstairs and told his mother that. He told his mother that I said I'm going to write a book. And he started laughing. He said, only people that college degree, college education can write a book. And his mom disagreed with that. He said, no, I believe Tony can do something. Because at the time, that's what she described me as. So, but that became more motivational for me. Because at the time, I didn't even know how to write a single poem. I went home and started writing. And I believe I suck. So I scratched the paper and said, I'm never going to write no more. I said, I'm never going to write no more because I don't think nobody want to see that. So I scratched. And as the years goes by, I believe I had a case and I was wanted. So I was on the run. And during that time, I had so much things in my mind. I went from Inglewood and I was living in Arizona at the time, Phoenix, and didn't know what, but things. I was just writing a whole bunch of stuff. But I believe I started writing on the phone. I was recording myself because I have so much thoughts in my mind, and I was just saying. Then I was just saying a whole bunch of things, but the people around me believed in me so much. I believe I didn't even have faith in myself at that time. But they know I've been through so much struggle that they believe in me. It was like, oh, you can do this, you can do this. I'm like, okay, I don't even know. My grammar isn't even good. I'm talking to people, they're laughing. I'm thinking they're laughing at my accent. So I'm like, I don't think I'm good with English. So it's always but they give me the courage. I believe it was a friend called Daryl and his brother. They was playing basketball. So he took me around, he drive me around Arizona and gave me the speedy and say you can be. Give me just drive around and say you can be anything you want to. So I'm like, but I still didn't have faith. I didn't have no faith in myself as a writer. But he told me, he gave me the game plan as far as like to be independent. He told me it's like, I said, okay. At the time I was with ex-Libra because when I started writing, I was trying to force myself to it's different publishing company. And I started to realize it's more of a struggle. It's like you get the exposure with them, but you don't really get the benefits. And so I started listening more to my friend. He told me, let's go independent. But I don't know what the independent was, so I started doing more research. But keep in mind, at the time, I didn't even know if I was good. So,
So
that goes on. Yes, ma'am. It continued all the way till I believe I went to jail and I was facing life at the time. But I didn't give up. That time I take like my writing more serious because I went to jail. I didn't know where my life was going on. And all I know, I was just writing all the time. I was in jail writing, and the people around there I was writing, I believe I started getting good at it because they keep asking me to write them poems, write them letters to the women. So that was my hustle in there. So I was writing a lot of things, 2007, 6, but a lot of people didn't know. It was inmates were sending it to the female, the woman, not knowing it was my words. So I think as time goes on, I started getting a little bit confidence, but still the confidence wasn't there if I was going to he was actually going to be able to punch by it. But time goes by, I got released. I remember I was fighting live, and I was one of the first person in Inglewood to get trial in Inglewood, because at the time Inglewood they only deal with municipal. They only have municipal court, and I was the first individual in 2007-8 to get trial in Inglewood, and the trial was something else. But I continued my writing. I never give up, and as time when I got out, I was with Ex-Label Publishing, and as time the price, I believe the price for my book was, the first book I wrote was called The Struggle, Stumble, and Rise of a Third World Child, which was based on my life. Because I had so much going on, I just want to write something about my life. I never published it because I feel like it was more like a rebel. I was rebelling against society. Everybody that hurt, I was going after them. And I didn't want it to. I never want that book to be out, because I feel like everybody that step on me, I'm either clowning them or I'm doing it. It's funny, but as you go, you just feel like, okay, I feel like I'm supposed to heal people. I'm not supposed to hurt people.
Yeah.
So I never liked the book. I never liked it. It was 536 pages.
Yeah.
The company was trying to sell it for, I believe the paperback, they was trying to sell it for $24.99, and they was only trying to give me, I believe, 50 cents. And I didn't. Yeah, they was trying to give me 50 cents, and the hardcover they was trying to sell it for $42.99, and they was gonna give me $1.50. And I was looking, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. So I decided to pursue the independent path. But I write for a long time. As time goes on, I end up leaving Los Angeles. I came to Columbus. I said I'm going to continue my journey out here. When I came down here, I started having kids. I continued writing, but I still didn't have the faith until my son came, my first son. He came. The age he was, I believe he was 2 or 3. He told me he wanted to be a writer too. I started laughing. I said, no. Yeah, I told him, no, I don't think writing is not the thing. He's struggling. I don't think you want to write. I say, maybe you want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Yeah. But as time goes on, he keeps telling me the same thing. He keeps writing, and I notice he's into big words, like books, and I'm like, okay. And I believe at the age of 5, he told me a story. He wake me up one morning, he said, Daddy, I have a story for you. I'm like, okay. I said, I'm saying, leave me alone for now. I didn't want to hear it. So he told me a story. He told me something nice. I'm like, all right. And I was like, wow, who you got that from? He said, it's my story. I said, no, I don't believe that. So I told him, and he started crying. I said, I don't believe your story. Yeah. He started crying. So I told him I'm going and ask his teacher, his first grade teacher.
Kindergarten.
It was kindergarten?
Yeah.
Well, it was kindergarten. Sorry. So I went and asked his kindergarten teacher, Miss Bolak, at Fauci Elementary, if she the one that wrote the story for him. And she told me no. I said, why you don't believe your child? I said, well, because the story sounds so believable, I don't think it can come from a child.
What's your son's name?
He has the same name.
But the middle name's different.
So your name is Theophilus.
Mm-hmm.
Theophilus too. So how did you feel when your dad didn't believe that you wrote that story? Like, how was you feeling?
It felt like unbelievable that he didn't believe that I came up with the story. I felt like I was like, what word is it? Like, I felt heartbroken when he didn't believe me the first time I told him the story. Because
So how did you end up convincing him?
He ended up going to my school and asking my first grade teacher and talking to her about it during the meetings with the teachers. He asked her if I got the story from another book, and I just put it in my own words.
You really didn't believe it? Did he really do that?
I'm gonna find out. He got it.
My son that smart like, is he really that brilliant? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you realized that he really did write the book, you had to feel a certain kind of pride, like, wow.
Yeah, but it was like they always say writers are good liars. So I'm like, I start pressuring him. I'm like, okay, I hope you don't end up being a liar. So it was like I kind of believe, but at the same time, I'm like, if he can make up something out of his mind like this, it's going to be, I was a little bit cautious because I don't know what to expect. He was still a 5-year-old. So I was a little bit, I was happy, but I was a little bit cautious. I was like, they say, if you start making up this, you're going to end up being a liar. So that's why I started looking at it. But
great imagination.
And they had a little brother with him too. What's the little brother's name?
My name is Toshiru Kamara, and
his name is Toshiru Kamara.
And he told me when we was at the mall that you told me he's the marketing brain behind.
Oh, they got the whole family.
It's
like
time. That was awesome. And I think, if I remember correctly, you told me the day that I met you, they was telling you, don't go. Why are you going to the mall? Ain't nothing about to happen when you go to the mall. Didn't you tell me that? Something like that?
Yes. Yes. They when they work together, because he's the second one, he's the one that can, I don't know what he don't give too much people time. It's like he'll go approach you, he's strictly business. Mine. He will go over and tell you, how you doing, sir? My name is this. I'm selling this. The book is about this. Are you interested in purchase? He don't give you too much time, and which is a good thing. I told him, I said, you got to get into detail a little bit more. He said, that's wasting time. So his tactics always work. Because sometimes it's like they're interested in the book or they're not interested, so they don't have too much time. And he's the one that do more of selling more than sometime behind. I got to play catch up game with him. So
say what's your name again, baby? What's the youngest baby's name?
Toshiru Kamara.
Kashira. So you say you don't got a lot of time to playing with them. Either they want it or they don't. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. You go hard on that. Yeah, that's good.
What do you like most about selling? What do you like most?
What I like about selling is like you sometimes get to like we have like fun while we're selling because we go to different places and meet different people. Yeah.
Okay.
And then talk. And then we get to like meet a lot of different people that have different cultures and religions, and yeah, it's fun. And get to know more about it.
So you have two books here. I actually bought them.
Yeah.
Right. One is called Frenemy, and that's by the younger Theophilus.
Right.
Theophilus. I hope I'm pronouncing that.
Right.
And then the second book, Goodbye Columbus, is by Dad. So I'm going to ask each one of you to tell me about your book. So let's start with you, Dad. What made you name the book Goodbye Columbus?
I came down here to write, and I published my first book, Hate is a Disease That Love Can Cure. But I believe I never give it too much time because I was always 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot out. Because since there was a child, since I left Los Angeles, I sincerely always held on to selling weed. And I never it's like I feel like my kids are getting older, and I'm always like in fear. I'm like, what am I going to tell them? How am I going to answer this when they ask me what you do for a living, how you pay bills and rent? But I write all the time, so I always try to send a message to people. But the thing is that it's like they're getting older. He's 12 and his brother is 10, and I don't want them, and they're out there selling. And it's like as time goes on, they're making money, clean money, and I'm making dirty money. And I didn't like that. I just feel like it's time for me to grow. I don't see myself. I put diapers on them that way. I find a way to pay bills and rent that way. And I didn't want to do it, and I feel like everybody, all the people who know me, the people I associate with, they will come around. They know I'm right. It's like they expect you to be in a box. I don't see my full potential. I don't see my dream. I don't live my dream. I'm just feeling desire. I'm not feeling want. I'm not really standing for something. I'm not sending message out there. And I know I have a lot of things, message I want to send, but I'm not taking the time to go out there and put it out to people. So when they sold out of their book, because when he sold out of his book, they gave me hope. They gave me, like, I said, this is the exit. I've been trying so much. When I first released my first book, I stopped selling. I said, I don't want to. But as time goes on, it was like even the people I was dealing with, they was looking at me like I'm crazy. Oh, you just want book money. You don't want the hustle money. So it's like I stopped dealing with people for a long time. So I got discouraged when it didn't turn out to be the way I wanted it to be. I said, man, these people just want to keep me in a box. They just want me to be a hustler. And that's not what I want to do. I came to Ohio to change my life, to move away from that lifestyle. But it seemed like I'm just keep getting soaked, going down, down, down. But when they start doing it, I fell asleep. I passed out, I fell asleep. I wake up, they took their own books. They went out there on their own and start selling. So I wake up. I wake up. I didn't see them. I work. They came back. Daddy, we make $31 or $33, I believe so. I was 31. I was excited. I was like, wow, from what? They're telling me from selling their books. So I'm like, wow. So it's real. It's real. Because I was on West of it when I first released my book. I didn't see the response was dead. When I moved to the place where I think they least expected. Sometimes it's good to go around your people, the ghetto, because they have understanding of where you stand. And when they start selling their book, I say, wow, every single day, it's not just 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. They're making like $500-$600 by themselves. I'm making my own money, but it's not clean money. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to cut it. Maybe God just giving me a sign. I need to let go. If people don't want to respect me for what I'm doing, what I want to do, then I need to cut ties to them. So I didn't tell nobody, but I didn't tell nobody. I said, you know what? They sold out again 2 times. So that gave me the courage. I said, no, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. As soon as I took, honestly, their money was able to fuel a lot of things. It fueled even my book, The Goodbye Columbus. It fueled it because it was so much. The first month they made like $9,000. I was surprised. I said, you know what? I'm done selling weed. I'm not doing this no more. The next coming month they will make more than So they give me the motivation because I never think it was possible I was ever going to sell. Stop selling. I was struggling. I was just looking for exit. I thought I'm going to find some kind of money and leave. But it wasn't until they start selling. Then I'm like, I don't want to be a hypocrite dad. The kids is making clean money, and I'm over here making dirty money. I don't want to do it no more. My son is 12 years old now. He had his book when he was 7. So I don't want to do it no more. So when I receive mine, I say, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to let go of everything. If people don't respect that, that's on them. So I let go. I'm just going to do this with them. We're going to wake up, sunrise to sunset. We can just go move around. I'm driving around with them. And it's funny to say this. It's like God stopped everything. All the thing I was doing, He stopped. I never went a day without making the money. But for some reason, money wasn't coming in no more. And I said, yes, God don't want me to do this no more. So when I received the book, I dropped them off at school. I didn't have even my gas lights was on. I said to myself, look, I see books. I said, I'm not going home. I'm not going back to that place until I make something out of this I want to do. So I stay on Morse Road. The first person I purchased, it was a male named Andy. I will never forget. He purchased the book. And I was so excited. Then I was so excited I didn't even stay in the place. And I keep moving around. I keep making sales. But I was like, wow. The excitement was in me. I said, so this is why they never want to leave when they go out there to go sell. I start meeting people, And it's amazing. It's the journey. It's amazing. Yeah.
Right.
But the book is about addiction. I wrote a play back in 2019 called Days Without Sunshine, and I want to help out people. Addiction is a disease. It's not just from substance. Yeah. It can be from lie, it can be from sex, it can be from eating. It's just based on what we struggle to get away from.
Yeah.
So I put together a play back then, but I didn't have I always write. I didn't have the courage to be, because after the first response from my book, I didn't want to even move that. I say, you know what?
So
I'm done.
I want to jump in here real quick, and I want to ask. You said so. Goodbye Columbus is it about letting go of addictions? Is that what you said?
Yes. It's about letting go of addiction. Because most of the time when you're going through your first struggle as a teen, the people around you will judge you based on your understanding. And every family deals with struggle in life. And most of the time the struggle can divide us if there's no understanding of how to deal with this situation. Or sometimes it can unite us if there's an insightful understanding about life. So I wrote something. I know mostly people deal with drama. They deal with so much. Some people have disease in their, sometimes the disease can even bring the family together. You know what, let's come together. Let's help this person. And sometimes some people might just don't say, I don't care. That's him. That's on him or that. So I just want to bring together family, but also show them like you are not alone. And if I'm lost, I don't expect you to just leave me alone. I expect you to help me mentally to elevate myself away from the mess that I'm in. So, but the original title was Days Before Sunshine. But I was so upset when nothing was going on. I said, I'm leaving Columbus, and I'm just going to give them this last gift, and that's it. If they appreciate it, so I changed the title to Goodbye Columbus. 2 years ago, actually, I changed it.
So I work for a clinic that deals with people with addiction. Yeah. Drug addictions or gambling, all kind of different addictions. So I'm definitely going to take a copy of this and donate it to them because a lot of times they're looking for books to read, and something that'll encourage them is always needed. Right. Because we all do struggle with different things. That's for sure. We have different addictions, like you said. And sometimes it can feel like you can't overcome those addictions, or sometimes you don't understand that you got to move away from the circle of people who are doing what it is that you're trying to stop doing. Like people have different reasons why they feel stuck in their addiction, or their vices, right? So, how many
chapters is in it? It only had a couple chapters in there. What are some of your best chapters?
I see one that says Devil Whispering. Tell us about Devil's Whispering.
The Devil Whispering is kind of like we all have conscience. We all have voice inside of us. That's just a character. Like sometimes we have that temptation to tell you to do something and tell you, man, don't listen. Like that voice inside, that inner voice. So the Devil Whispering is kind of like that inner voice that tempts us to do things. So when, like, sometimes you don't want to listen to nobody, you say, man, it's like you have that voice inside. It's like, man, don't listen to those people, man. They don't know what they're talking about. Just do you and things like that. So now that voice is like kind of like our inner conscious. It's like a temptation. So that's why I call it the Devil Whispering and things. So it's like a voice that tells you not to do the right thing.
That makes sense too, because you know what, when you're angry, upset, or something like that, and you want to get revenge or you want to do something or whatever, you'll get that little whispering voice that like, go, I should do this, or I should do that, or I should, that's like the devil's whispering, right? And then the other one, like, no, don't do that. That's like the angel side. Like, no, don't do that. Because if you do that, it's going to cause more problems, more issues than it's worth. So it's like you're struggling between two sides, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. That's exactly what it was. That. And instead of the angel that tell you the positive, now it's like, okay, you're dealing with the outside world. Then you're also dealing with your inner self. So sometimes your inner self might tell you, because when people are doing the right thing, they don't know. It's like sometimes they find the right answer within themselves. But if they're doing the wrong thing, it's sometimes just a temptation within, or sometimes just an influence around them. So that's why I feel like I like the Voice is one of my favorite characters, but out of it. And it also, because a lot of people can say, oh man, yeah, I remember when I was going through this stuff. I remember there was a voice inside telling me no, telling me to do this, while my mom was telling me to stop doing that. While my dad was telling me, or my lover was telling me not to do it. It was still something. It's always a voice inside within us. If it's not the influence around us, it's a voice within us that tells us not to listen to the right things. So that's why I involve that. Yes.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. So now I want to talk to Junior and about this book, Frenemy. So tell us about Frenemy. That's a deep frenemy. Like, that's deep, right? Friend, that's the enemy, frenemy. So tell us about Frenemy and how did you come up with it?
So I don't remember exactly because I was like young, but I think I dreamt about it. Like, it was all in a dream. It all happened in front of me.
Wow.
You never told me it was a dream.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
No, you didn't. You just woke up one morning and told me a story. That
how you gonna tell him what he just said? Dad, leave him alone.
I just now finding out he never told me it was a dream. You just woke up.
He said, Dad, he said he don't tell you everything.
It was all a dream. He did it like Biggie. He was like, it was all a dream.
So,
tell us about it.
Yeah, tell us about Frenemy.
So it's about a caterpillar and how he's going to get an apple and climb up a tree and get an apple, right? So then a huge wind blows by and knocks him down. So then a boy named Sam comes by, sees a caterpillar laying on the ground, and then takes him to the hospital to check his status. And then he meets a frog named the Bug. So the Bug, he's a frog that's been in a hospital for a while, and he's hungry because he hasn't been eating that well. So he starts acting like he's the caterpillar's friend by like saying, "Oh, where have you come from?" Like asking him all these questions to act like he wants to be his friend. And then the caterpillar, you have to know that he's very smart. So he outsmarts the frog because he really knows he just wants to eat him have him as a snack. So he outsmarts the frog by my parents put a curse on me when I was younger. So whoever bites or tries to eat me will rot of flesh. And then when the frog hears this news, they each go their separate paths. And my dad inspired me because he used to write a lot. I used to always see him. He had this desk in the kitchen. He used to always write books, all different types of stories.
That right there could sound like it could be like a cartoon.
That's awesome, and I love the illustrations.
Yeah.
And thinking of it on a more a broader level, a lot of us have people in our lives who they seem to be friends, but they're not really friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be like a frenemy, somebody that you think that they're a friend, but then they really got some other plans or schemes or thoughts or whatever, or they really, because really they just became your friend just because they wanted your apple or they want to ride your bike or they wanted your girlfriend or something like that. Like they had a reason for even communicating with you, and it wasn't sincere.
Yeah.
But then you find out later on that, or you have to outsmart them by, releasing the relationship or releasing the friendship or just figuring out a way to outsmart them. I love that. Like, I love Frenemy. That is so good. And the fact that your father inspired you.
Right. That's deep right there.
You know what I'm saying? He saw his daddy writing, and he was like, I want to be just like my dad. I want to write. And to make $9,000, wow. Come on now. Ooh. Stop playing.
He did it independently, too. That's another thing. Because he's talking about they're going to sell it for $22, $24, and give him 50 cents. That wouldn't work.
Right. When he can make it himself. So is it available online, or the book's available online, too, or y'all all sell everything out in the streets?
we sell in the streets, but I think the demand right now, and because they themselves, they just normally sell like sometimes 65 to 70 books a day between the two of them. And I'm struggling to keep up with them. So it's like between the two, and I print 1,000 books for them. I mean, we print 1,000 books for them, and I believe they already got rid of is half that's left already. It's not even probably like 400 or 500 books that's left. So I don't normally feel like I can keep up with the online demand until the next print. So that's why I didn't make it available yet online, but it's definitely probably maybe next month for sure I will make it available. But for now, I believe they can get rid of that book in not even a month. So
you inspired me. I need to get up off my tail and sell some books. Let me get out there in the streets like the boys. It's $9,000 in a month out there hustling.
So, I mean, how can they get in touch with you guys, or if they wanted to actually like get in touch with you, do social media, anything like that, so then they can actually say, to inquire about the books?
Right now, you know what? I'm trying to right now. I'm going to create a website maybe this week or next week, because everybody just asking about social media, and I'm like, okay, we moving in right now. We're moving like probably like maybe then probably like 100 books, if not more, a day. We're moving, just the three of us, and they're moving more than me. I got to keep up. I sometimes 25 or 23 books. I got to keep up, and they're moving like probably like 60 to 70 books every day. And sometimes I'm like, wow, like I can't keep up. That's the reason why I got motivated to do this, the same thing. I'm like, I never thought it's possible. But the thing is that online thing now, Amazon, it's thousands of other books that's there. But when you're standing on that corner, there's no competition. There's no other author that's out there selling next to you.
Right. Yeah.
So there's no competition on the corner. Because now they see someone that's doing something that someone dream about doing. I met a lady that owned three
pizza places. Tommy's Pizza.
Tommy's Pizza, yes.
2 of them on Lane Road, and then another Dublin.
On Dublin. She was so inspired by what we're doing, because I dream she writes all her life, and this is what she wanted to do. When she saw us doing it, she was like, "This is what I want. I'm a private owned business. I own 3 pizza shop." But this is exactly, she was talking to us for over 40 minutes, for over an hour we was talking. She was so impressed about what they're doing. I said, well, me, myself too, I write all my life. I just got motivated to stop up, to going out there and meet people. And because
you inspired me. It inspired me. You know what I'm saying? I done got inspired. I need to get off my tail. A lot of times we get so stuck on our 9 to 5 or, whatever our job is, that we don't really invest in our creative side. You know what I'm saying? The children, and that's what I say is out of the mouths of babes come words of wisdom. So these children, they don't have, there's no limitations for them. You know what I'm saying? They just like, this is what I want to do, and we're going to go out here and do it, to the point where they're inspiring adults.
Right.
The dad has been inspired. The people that have been inspired. Like, people are being inspired. So not only I'm being inspired, you and your babies have inspired me, and it's so crazy because, in all honesty, if you had not taken that step of faith and came to the mall, even though everybody was telling you, you don't need to go to that mall dead, whatever. But there was a purpose for you to be at that mall.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would have never met you, if you hadn't come to that mall, maybe. Unless I'd have ran into you.
Because sometimes they wanted to be, normally they be on Maple Canyon and also on St. Clair on the Speedway. So those people, they love them so much to a point, they normally just sit there, will go there for like 2 or 3 hours. They'll make like probably like 500 or something even close between the two of them, 6. So I told them it's not all about the money, stay in one place. I said sometimes you got to get exposed. You got to go meet new people. So we going around, they like going around meeting different people. But before, people come, they have to go to the gas station and see them. They say, oh, a lot of people, even people that support me, they didn't know they are my kids. I was like, yeah. I said, well, they took me off the street because I was never going to turn. I'm like, this is all I know for so long. This is I put diapers on them. I don't know no other ways. I try even do the job. I'm like, I try to work. I'm like, there's not enough money for me. I'm like, and it's very hard when somebody trying to bring 200 or 300 and you say no. It's very hard to say no to progress. So I'm like, but now I'm comfortable to say no because what me and them normally bring sometime on a good date, it's amazing. We probably bring like $700 to $800 probably on 2-3 hours working. So and I'm like, I never told them, never in my life made that kind of money from no job in one day.
Right.
Me either.
Yes.
He had to get off the block. He had to get off the block. He like, I'm gonna hustle these.
Roll around. Come on, baby. We about to get in the truck. We about to roll.
So have you guys did any like meetings at the library, anything like that, or at schools?
The library we gave there's no Westerville. I believe we gave Westerville.
No, we read at daycares before.
They used to go to different daycares and read, but the thing is that sometimes I write when people think I have a kid's book, they thinking I do for him. So normally I told them, I said, I'm not going to follow you guys. You guys just do what you do. That is not around. I mean, that is around, but that is not going to stand and talk to people for you guys. So they know how to communicate, and they like, I don't know, they are the better version of me because the things I did, I don't want them to follow or even think go to that path, and I don't want to. I'm like, if I got to be a good role model, you have to make a sacrifice. Of course, I was spending for myself, just money. It's not even for now I'm doing things trying to spread message, and I'm trying to give also inspiration to others. Like these, every one of us have a voice. Just because someone is little doesn't mean they don't have something to say or have, to draw something. Every one of us have a voice. And if you don't believe in the people that you are raising, they're not going to be, you have to believe. I didn't believe myself. I did not believe myself. I believe now. I believe in his word back then. Now I believe in his action, that what they're capable of doing. And they motivate me to even leave the streets. And I'm proud to say that. I never really even talk. I'm talking to you. I don't even talk about marijuana or weed around them. I mention it today because they never know that they motivate me. But they motivate me to leave that lifestyle because I never thought I was going to leave. I put diapers on them like that. Everybody that know me, like, that's all they know me for. And I'm tired of people keeping me in that box. Like, this is not what I came to Columbus to write and publish. I didn't came to Columbus to sell weed.
Right.
And I've been on that box for too long. Yes, ma'am.
So I want to hear from your sons. How does it make you feel to know that you inspired your dad to leave, that lifestyle and do something like selling books? Like, how does it make you feel to know that y'all inspired him?
It feels great because now we know we can inspire other people to leave their ways.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a great story, though. Like,
well, I'm sorry. The youngest baby wanted to say something.
We can inspire a lot of people to leave things that they're doing that they don't want to do, but they just do for a living. Like
faith over fear,
Yeah.
Fear is the thing that makes us experience or see limitations that are not really there. Like, we have our own self-imposed limitations. We have dreams, goals, visions, things we want to do, but we think, we're not going to be able to do it. Or we listen to outside frenemies tell us that we can't do it, or our own fears of rejection or failure or whatever. But if we have minds and eyes like children, we would do stuff. We would be able to go out there and sky's the limit, because there would be no fear, right? You would just go out there and do it. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that y'all are selling tangible items. I always talk to the artists about not just having everything online, because like you said, there are thousands of books, like there's thousands of songs. You know what I'm saying? But when you have that tangible item, that USB cassette CD player or book or whatever, and you're talking one-on-one to people, you can get, you really can't sell like that. You know, people, and you know, you may not get everybody, but it's a numbers game. It's like, how many people can I reach today? There are going to be people who are going to buy from me. I told you I sold more CDs when I was out there really trying to sell than I ever did sell it online. Right. I did that first. Yeah. Books too. I would go to the laundromat, and I would be like selling my books in the laundromat when I was doing it. So I know it is possible. You know, it's just about being independent so you can have that profit. So that the big companies don't take all your money and try to give you 50 cents or $1.50 because that's all they get.
Crazy that they doing that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
50 cents. I will never forget that. And I'm like, and the book was so big, I still have the manuscript. I'm like, it was 356 pages. And I'm like, why you people? That's the time I'm like, okay. My friend was like, do what you can. Just imagine if you sell one. He started giving me this game. He said, "What? Imagine if you sell 1,000 or 10,000 copies. How much you gonna make if based on the price?" And when you do independent, that's when you start knowing you're more in control because now you spend your own money and you have your own rights and you can able to price it to what you want. So if you decide to say you want to price it for $5 or $3, you know, or two. You can able to do that because you're doing it yourself. But when that company is doing it for you, they're going to tell you they want to price it high. They don't care if it's stuff. I saw an author bragging about receiving $100. So I was looking the $100 yesterday. I saw that online bragging about receiving the royalty check for first commission for $100. Every time you make $100 receive, then I look at them. I say, wow. We went to Eastland Mall in less than 10 minutes. We make $150. Less than 10 minutes.
They got my money. I'm probably at $150. I swear they got me and it take them long either. I swear to goodness. They got my money.
Better than that.
That's the best way.
Yeah, so it was like sometimes I go to, but it's a struggle. It's like you see the success at a very such pace, but at the same time, once the corporate world starts seeing you, when they start seeing you making like sales right off, like 4, 5 sales in front of them, they get jealous. They want to put a stop to it. And I'm like, okay. But most of the time, my son told me something. He says, "Daddy, so don't get mad, just smile." So I look at him. Normally, the old me would have been like, "Man, I don't care about this," but he always look at me, and I listen to them because I know they are very brave kids and they are not rude. They don't go out there and disrespect people. So I listen to my children. If they was rude, then I would like, it's a different story. But I know they have their right mind. So then sometimes Daddy, just leave them, just smile. So most of the time I just look at people. I say, man, if it's the old me, I will cuss you out. But the new me, it's a different story. So, but it's an inspiration.
For people who listen to this, because there's, we have listeners all around the world, literally all around the world. And so if they wanted to reach out to you, right? I know your website's not up right now, but do you have an email address you want to share, or you just want to stay out? You just want to stay out of the street and just do it on your own? Like, do you want people to be able to get in touch with you?
We eventually will get out of the street. No, when we're in the streets, it's more of like we advertising. We going around. We meeting. People know us better because it's like you buy from Walmart because you know Walmart, and if you want to return from Walmart, you can always call Walmart. Yeah. So it's better when you know who you're buying from. So we didn't get the exchange yet, but we have a number and we also have an email all the way till the website is on, because I have to do it myself. I design website myself.
So what's the email and the number?
Then the email is Tony June, like TonyJune062000@yahoo.com. That's the email. The telephone number
Let's see it.
You guys say Tony June because they're American. They can say more. I got accent. My accent is strong.
Wait.
Tony June.
Oh, wait. It's Tony June 06200 at yahoo.com.
Tony, Tony, June, June, 06200 at yahoo.com. Okay. Tony June 06200 at yahoo.com. I love that. And you said you wanted to share a number?
Yes, and the number
310.
310-256-5946.
That's the one that's the seller right there. Is that the youngest one? Because either you want it or you don't. Like, here's the number. Like, if you feel this, like, come on with it. If you don't, we ain't got a lot of words to be messing with you.
Definitely give them a call and definitely reach out. These books definitely are great finds right here. And the Front of Me book is like some of them. This one right here is 85 pages right here. So, and then this one right here, I don't see how many ones was in this one, but very quick reads and things like that. It's they're not like novels, but the illustrations and everything in it, and the reading is very easy, and you get right to the story. Yeah, I definitely recommend this right here.
And not only that, but their story is inspiring.
It really is.
You know what I'm saying? I'm an author. I told you when I met you at the mall that I'm an author. I make music. I do all kinds of stuff, right? But listening to you and your sons have inspired me. It has inspired me to get back to that side of me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? As far as that one-on-one, because I tell the artist that, you know, and I'm an author too. I ain't even been out there selling my books. I ain't been doing, like, I have literally been focusing only on really health care. You know what I'm saying? And when I focus on health care or on my job, J-O-B, I sometimes lack on my passion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or my creative side, you know. So I got to learn how to balance the two until, you know, the passion can supply. I got to learn how to balance. Sometimes we as adults, we struggle on that balance. Yeah. We don't know how to balance, you know, our steady or secure money with our creative money. We don't know how to balance the time to do both, you know. Sure. And so you get to the point where you're working your job, but then you're not feeling fulfilled because you're not investing in your passion.
Yeah, that's true. You have to.
I love it. I love it.
Yes, they give me hope. They give me life. They give me everything. I don't really tell people that I don't like to feed their ego, but they are the reason I do what I do at this moment. And this is just inspiration to every single body that's out there doing things half. You don't half because you're not fully committed to what you really, really want to do in this life. But what you want to do in life, you have to be committed. And most of the time, I heard what she said. Kids are always committed. They go hard. They go hard when they do things. They do they're sincere with it. But we, as adults, we always contemplating. Like 1 minute is my food is here. I don't know if this gonna work. It's like we start as we get older, our thoughts start planting fear in us in our action.
Right, you doubt yourself.
You start living in fear. And I published my first book. I was always, and their mom always tell me, go out there, even if you sell 1 or 2 or 3 copies, it's better than just not trying what you want to do at all. And I'm like, man, I'm not about to do this because I'm comfortable in my hustle. I was like, man, I can easily make money. But as time, and now I'm seeing the clear picture. I was just doing it for the money. I wasn't doing it because I want to save people. I want to help people. So now they give me that hope. Everybody, sometimes we stuck. The streets, sometimes all we know, but there's always talent behind it. What can we go? Are we going to pursue our passion, our dreams, what we really, really want to do in life, or are we just going to chasing things just because for the material things?
Well, I am so happy that I met y'all. I'm so happy that we got to do this interview. Yes. Generally, you know, we have so many people from around the world who come back and listen to our shows, and this is definitely a show that people need to come and listen to, and then really understand the depth of what's being said. You know what I'm saying? It's the fact that you're talking about your books and all that kind of stuff is awesome, but also the inspiration and the knowledge and the wisdom behind what you're saying. Stop being afraid to step out in faith. You know, it was because he took a step of faith and took his sons to Eastland Mall that he ended up meeting someone who was able to take his story outside of Columbus, you know, outside of Ohio, outside of the United States, outside,
kids,
you know.
It's inspiring other kids.
And kids are inspiring other kids. Like that is the beauty of faith. So get out of your fear of whatever it is that you are keeping yourself from doing. That needs to be everybody's New Year's resolution, to do something that you have been afraid to do because of your own self-imposed limitations. I love it. So I want to end the show by having your sons give a word of encouragement or inspiration or something that you want to say to other kids who may be wanting to do something but not really know. Like whatever you want to say, but these words that you're saying are towards, well, I ain't even going to say towards children because adults may be. Just speak whatever it is that you want to speak. What words do you want to leave on the listeners' hearts and minds?
Some words I want to leave behind is strike for what you want to do.
Oh yeah, that's good right there. Strive what you want to do.
Strive for what you want to do. Was that Theophilus?
Be yourself. And then
what about the youngest baby?
What did you say?
It's like so it means like follow your dreams, and whatever you want to do, you should just do it.
All right, then. All right, you done set it off. We appreciate y'all so much for coming on. Please keep doing what you do. Yes. You know, make sure that you reach out to him. You want to read their email address?
You guys go check out Tony June 06200 at yahoo.com. That's Tony, TonyJune, Tony June 06200 at yahoo.com. Also give him a call at 310-256-5946. The book is called Goodbye Columbus by Theophilus Kamara, and also Frenemy by his son Theophilus Kamara. And these books are definitely great. And you guys go out there and support this. It's a big deal.
Happy New Year to you, your sons, your family, everybody. We appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. And I'm sure at some point I'm going to run into you again on the block.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank God. Thank you. Thank you guys very, very much for the interview. Thank you so much, okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All around the world, all around the world. Do you wanna go with me, baby? All around the world, from Ohio to Chicago to Atlanta to LA. Do you
See my money green, red, and blue. What about you? From my city to New York, big city to dreams, but I don't sleep well. I ain't in it for the fame, but you gon' know my name. And I ain't in it for the change. I like big bills, business president.
Pianos play on the key of life. As I dabble in these streets with a key of white. 20/20 tunnel vision, I can see the light. Hoping that my God-given talent help me lead a life. Shit's real, I don't even write. This is more like a letter, you can read the kite. For every inmate locked down and can't breathe tonight, I'm blessed, front row, Barclays, I can see the fight. I'm running wild though, I had to stop. TNT gun boys at a traffic stop. Thank God, stash box where I had the Glock. Still afraid of heights, but somehow now I'm at the top. You see, I spit it for the culture. Surrounded by the fakes in the industry with vultures. Bad to inch you closer, fine china. Sipping $1,000 champagne glass with the coasters. That's fine wood if you didn't know. But you can catch me out of town when I hit the road. And see my face on every flyer at a different show. Real talk. One day you'll get it though.
My money green, red, and blue. What about you? From my city to New York, big city to dreams, but I don't sleep well. I ain't in it for the fame, but you gon' know my name. I ain't in it for the change. I like big bills. I know you never heard my name or seen me before. New kid on the block, new kid on the block, and I ain't in it for the fame. Sweet melodies and dollar bills, sweet melodies and dollar bills. That precedent.
First class about to board a flight. Long days, even longer nights. My ex sent the text, said she wanted advice. It ain't the only thing she wanted, right? Nah, I'm good, ma, I keep my mind clear. It's like they want a nigga back, cause my time's near. Heard label, hear me rap and tell me sign here. Still moving packs about the trap until I'm signed, yeah. You see this game's an addiction, pain and affliction for fame, but it's sickening. Ironic how these dollars make change in the system, cause that could've been me, box laid out in prison. Nah, God bless, good lawyer cause I'm court bound. They got me channeling my thoughts now, reminiscing back then we was all down. Now the love's lost and we all on our own, wow. I just do it so my mama smiles, and I work even harder so my mama's proud. And that's evident, I'm killing them, no evidence. Brooklyn's mine, dead presidents, yeah.
I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. To represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. Presidents to represent me.
Can you feel that music? Can you feel that beat? Can you feel it? Can you feel the music? Can you feel the beat? Yeah. Let the music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. Yeah. When I was a young girl, my mother told me, she said you gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. She said, when one door closes, Another door open. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. She told me, she said, there's nothing too hard for you if you believe. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Oh, can you feel that music, that hanky beat? Let the music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. When one door closes, another door opens. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Listen, y'all. They used to tell me, they said, Patricia, you won't succeed. They said that music thing, you won't succeed. But I didn't listen. You know why? There's nothing too hard for you if you believe. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. Oh, and don't let no one stop your dreams, baby. Just keep on walking, keep on believing, and have faith. Hey, woo! Can you feel my music, that hanky beat? Let my music cruise through your body till it reaches your feet. God coming with a message that's just for you. He said, have faith in your dreams, and they'll come true. Have faith in your vision. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in your passion. Do what you want to do. There's nothing too hard for you if you believe. You gotta have faith, baby. You gotta believe. I know you got your heart broke, and sometimes life gon' bring you down, but you gotta keep on going till tomorrow. Say my heart been broken, I'm just trying to fix it. Got so used to hear them licks, and now my life is different. I used to be mad when they talk, now I love the critics. I love the ones who we're gonna join the wall, but if they fake, I keep my distance. Mama told me gotta have respect. Always felt like I was on a mission, and if you tryna make it out, gotta be different. Gotta put
so hard and make sure you be smart. You gotta learn to change your way and know you got no time to waste. Don't think about the hard times. Always keep it 100 and you gon' be fine. I'm just trying to do better and see my mama smile. I remember long nights in the hallways, outside like all day. You thinking you ain't got nobody you can call on. Just close your eye, pray to the sky, that's who you fall on. Cause he gon' hate you every time, ain't no doubt. I ain't really tryna make no enemies. Had to cut a couple people off because they in. My mama asked me, do I think I'm ready for the industry? I don't want no smoke, but if it's deep, we on the symphony. Some things we can't understand. You been down and you need you a hand. You gotta keep going. I've been told you gotta keep going. I've been told you that for real. I know you got your heart, and sometimes like to bring you down, but you gotta be strong. Just keep going till tomorrow. God, yeah. I say I know what you know. I know you got your heart. Bro. People looking at you like you always doing something right. This is for the ones who by themselves. I swear they not meant to be inside your life. Y'all can never get along. I'm just trying to stack it up and leave the haters where they all belong. Yo, so listen. If you just want somebody to listen, but if they don't, you shouldn't care because you know you've been a well. They never real and it be clear. You can't let them get in your will. If you got a funny feeling about them, you should never trust. Many times inside your life you felt that pain like concussion. You just need to know that everybody good at something. Cause I remember days I really thought that I was nothing, but I know I want it. I hope that you want it. Ain't no reason for running. Sometimes people can't really explain the stuff they done. Ain't never crazy. You go in my you still really wrong. But I know you got your heart. And sometimes like I'm bring you down, but you gotta keep going till tomorrow. Till tomorrow.
Go get that money. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that money. Like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde, we're a team. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman, superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Hey, I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Different days, same story. Got to go out and get that money. Got mouths to feed and bills to pay. Got to put that S on my chest today. Superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman. Superwoman. Every superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. Superwoman needs her Superman. I gotta pick up the pace. No more time to waste. Gotta put on my case. I gotta win this race. I got far too much to say. Superman, superwoman, like Adam and Eve and Bonnie and Clyde. We taking over, and that's no lie. No mountain high, with you by my side. Hey, I'm Superwoman. I got your back, baby, and you got mine.